Speaking of athletic freaks, let's talk about Dezz Ricks. Who is Dezz Ricks? Well, Dezz Ricks is a player whom reclassified from the 2024 class to the 2023 class this past year. He was a five-star, unanimous number one cornerback in the transfer report, or in the in the 2024 class. Brothers with Eli Ricks, another highly talented, highly sought after recruit. He had his playbook issues, whatever. But Dezz Ricks, you didn't hardly see the field for Alabama at all because they had three NFL corners there, four NFL corners there, right? All you did, he reclassifies to 2023, right, and becomes a four-star instead of a five-star, and becomes the number three cornerback instead of number one in most people's ratings. And you just gave him a year with Nick Saban and a college weight room. That's all they did. He still has 4 years of eligibility. He's going to Texas A&M, and that is a school that certainly needs secondary. I think Dezz Ricks is a very, very, very good addition for Texas A&M, and I think this could work out. This could work out.
Yeah, and you'd know better than I would. They did bring in a ton of guys in the secondary, but it seems like they all kind of complement each other in a really, really unique and special way. And that Mike Elko and staff did a really good job of identifying different players. Yes, maybe they're all listed at cornerback or safety, but they all do different things and bring different things to your team. With Dezz Ricks, this guy, not only is he obviously a freak, tall, athletic, long, which everybody's looking for these days in cornerbacks, but also a guy that can be a lockdown corner for you, a boundary guy if needed to, if everything hits and clicks for him. But then you bring in other guys, Will Howard, some safety guys. You'd know better than
Or
I would, but
Will Lee, you mean? Will Lee.
yeah, thank you. Will Lee, both guys from Kansas State. But yeah, Will Lee and others in the secondary there. And it just really complements each other super, super well. He was a guy that was pretty highly sought after. A&M did a good job of getting him on campus right away, getting him locked down, and getting him to commit to you. And also, like you mentioned, yeah, he was young. He was raw in a cornerback room that was loaded. Not only your first two cornerbacks are going to go in the first round, but then your third and fourth guys are transferring elsewhere, going to be starters in the SEC and the ACC. Like, this was a loaded room. And yes, you mentioned weight room, coaching, Nick Saban, T-Rob, all that good stuff that you get in a year developing at Alabama instead of IMG, right, which is a very good job in their own right, but also it's different. Going every day to play against Isaiah Bond and other really talented receivers on Alabama's roster and practice every day. And so yeah, this is well done for A&M. I love this for them. I think it immediately helps your secondary this year and also for years to come, which was super important because a lot of the guys you are bringing in maybe only have 1 or 2 years in that secondary, or especially that cornerback spot. But then also after that, the future looks bright with Dezz Ricks.
I agree. That corner room that they brought in, like the transfers, it is loaded. It's going to be really competitive. It's going to be really, really competitive in the spring. I'm excited. And what I love about that is that Dezz Ricks sees five other cornerbacks, highly rated transfers committed to Texas A&M. And he says, yeah, give me a piece. That's what
Yeah.
he said. So I
Well, and
love that.
he did it at Bama too. He did it at Bama. He's like, yeah, I'll reclassify early. I'll play for you, Nick Saban. And Nick Saban leaves and he transfers out like a lot of other guys did. No fault to the kid at all because he was supposed to be coached under the GOAT, a secondary coach and Nick Saban, and decides to, hey, yeah, let me reopen it up. And you mentioned it. Also Tyreek Chappelle comes back too. Not a transfer guy, but a guy that somehow
Yeah.
gets out eligibility. We'll see if it works out. But he's a very talented corner himself. So like that's awesome. You mentioned I love that. I love that.